Hello everyone and welcome to Fire Emblem Fates REV Lunatic Ironman. So, hold on. Yeah, okay, there we go. I was just checking the audio, but yeah, it works. Okay, that's fine. It's just that it's very quiet. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this. For those of you who don't know, they're like, well, why are you not doing FE7? We lost the run. You Fates? I'm gonna change your mind on that. Do you even know anything about Fates? I mean, you only played FE6. You don't even know anything about Fates, man. Um, REV apologist synagogue? No, not synagogue. I am a REV apologist, but it's not a synagogue. Give me a sec. I will say I'm definitely a REV apologist. I hate my fate. This isn't the anime Fate. In case you're wondering, this is very not. This is not the same thing. If you're mixing those two up, I'm not sure how you mix those two up, besides the name, but it's not the same. It's not even close. Okay, Fate and Fates, but except that Fates is a good game. Fates is a good game. It's a good engine. Alright, let's see here. I know. Fates is actually good. Stop doing that. Okay. Adachi True. You can't. No, you can't use that here. It doesn't work like that. Let's see here. What hairstyle do we go for? Fates fans would say, oh god, we're playing. Yeah, we're doing the Rev run. Fates fans would say, the there isn't even there's not even a visual novel for Fates. What should we do? I don't know. All of these hairstyles kind of suck. All of these kind of suck. I mean, the hippie one's kind of funny. This looks stupid. This looks emo and stupid. Fate was born. Oh yeah, I know that. I meant Fire Emblem Fates. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's no Fire Emblem Fates visual novel. I know Fate, the anime, was a visual novel. You know what? I'll just go with this. Stay with this. He's blind. Let's do this. He can't see. I can't see. He literally can't see. So, honestly, I'm gonna go with the eye patch. You should go with the eye patch so now he can't see. Skill Bane mandatory? No. How about Luck Bane? I'm gonna be a fighter, so that's just not a good idea. Make an iPad kid? I don't even know what an iPad kid is. So yeah, we're gonna go fighter because we're gonna do the funny Berserker Sakura build, and that means I have to go fighter. Hey, Zabami. So what I like to do, getting crit bonus. Okay. Actually, I think a lot of my viewers don't like Rev Berserker build. I don't know if I'm going to be making Corn a Berserker, or at least not permanently, but I'll be starting out with Fighter. So Strong Boon is nice, it just gives me a lot of strength. Clumsy is Skill Bane, right? Yeah, but I want skill, because then I can actually hit things. Let's do Unlucky. We're the opposite of Mangs. This is not going to be hard to teleport at all. Alright, let's do that. How's the corn build? I mean, we just selected a fighter with strong a boon in strength and a bane in luck. Someone should edit the pic of the football guy that loves males, but with Rev and Conquest. I'll skip this. Alright. Oh, you really hate Rev, don't you? Or I think you just hate Fates in general. I'm gonna show you why that's just wrong. Devil X build. Yeah, the Devil X is technically in this game, but it doesn't really work the way the Devil X does. It works more the way that it does in Three Houses, which is kind of lame. Make Corrin a ballista user? That just means just give him bows. All you have to do in order to make him able to use ballistas is just give him bows. Alright. This map's kind of weird because it plays completely differently no matter what difficulty you're on. It's kind of weird. Ballistician. Oh yeah, I guess you could make him a ballistician, but I'm not going to be using DLC for this, so it doesn't really work in that way. Like, I won't be able to do that. Alright, so let's see, okay. Yeah, this first map's pretty easy. It's the only build I've ever used on Corn. Really? You've only ever used... I don't think I've ever made Corn a ballistician. Rev, huh? I've never played Fates, so I have no idea what's going on. Really? You've not played Fates at all? Okay. Yeah, I guess you're gonna be learning a lot then. So the objective of this map, for those of you who haven't played Fates or Rev specifically, is we want to go and kill these two bosses. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta kill the two bosses. Do you give up on FE7? I am taking a break from it because I lost that other run because Dart died. So, I mean, hey, for once you can't blame Lynn on this, but I think I screwed something up. I think. I could be wrong. There's a time. Oh yeah, there's definitely a time limit for this.
I'll help you.
Wait. He dodged 72%. He's using the DLC route to defeat DLC. Yeah, I'm using the DLC route to defeat DLC. Died to a yeah, it was a really stupid mistake. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. You want to be able to kill this guy as soon as possible. If you can kill him on the first enemy phase, or I guess it's technically the second one, right? Because you can't get there on the first. And then you want to go kill the boss. We won't be using... That is technically true. I mean, like, DLC that isn't needed to play Rev. Technically died to the end turn button. He kind of did, didn't he? He kind of did, didn't he? So, in case you're wondering, these guys now that the boss is dead, pretty much what happens is Xander will say, oh yeah, well, my commander's been defeated, so, everyone withdraw. Yeah, he pretty much just withdraws his troops. It's kind of silly. Then again, no one ever really takes Rev's storyline seriously, or Fate's story in general, but...
Oh.
You could have prevented it had you just not pressed end turn, that's true. I could have bet... Wow, that was a terrible level up. Not that she really needs good levels. She's freaking... So, Azura is your dancer. In this case, songstress, but you get the idea. She sings instead of dances. That's literally the only difference. So, yeah, we just want to go kill these guys. Milcorn, huh? Who are you thinking of S-ranking? We're gonna S-rank Sakura so we can do the funny Berserker Sakura build. It's hilarious. A deserved level up. Wow, you're really mean today, aren't you?
I won't surrender.
He can't see. He has an eye patch on one eye and he has his other eye closed. See, yet he levels skill. He levels skill despite being blind.
It'll be fine.
Brought Raven and Priscilla into Fates? I don't get it. Raven and Priscilla into Fates? How does that... Who? Raven and Priscilla? I don't get it. I don't know, do you want me to show the Y Milcorn? Because we're gonna make the funny Berserker Sakura build, that's why. Because Corn and Sakura are siblings. They have this weird little shoehorn thing where they would just say, well, technically, according to this one letter, we're not actually siblings. Lolicon? Hey man, I'm just trying to do a funny build. I'm just trying to do the funny build. I'm just trying to do the funny build, man. It's a funny build. Berserker Sakura. Yeah, you heard me right. Berserker Sakura. It's a very goofy build, but it actually kind of works. Is it the best choice for a build? No, it's not. But it does definitely work. I have tried it. And it's not perfect. I also think it kind of depends on your... Funny? Like... Oh, God. Camaro has no chill today, does he? He has no chill today, does he? Alright, let's go for the rod shop. I like to go for the rod shop because you get 2 range staves, and that's really nice. What's Sakura's strength growth? I believe on her default class it's like 40% or something. It's something like 40%. And as a Berserker, it's like 50 or 55%. And she has the same magic growth as strength growth whenever she's a Berserker.
Well then.
Chill is a concept unknown to dogs. So what are you like a? What are you like a? What are you like a? What are those? What are you like a pit bull or something? Yeah, Sakura has higher. There's like a meme that she has a higher. She says to Ryoma, "Do you even lift?" Because the idea is that she actually doesn't. She has a higher strength growth than Ryoma, which is pretty funny. But then again, Ryoma's a pre-promote, so his strength growth kind of sucks. Bozu Korin though, Bozu is actually good in Rev. A lot of people hate Bozu in Rev, but she's actually pretty solid in Rev. It's just for some reason everyone hates her. I don't know why everyone hates her in Rev. She's actually pretty good. She's a really good mother for Midori, who's actually really good in Rev, because she's by far the easiest merchant to get in the game. Which means at level 5 merchants get, what's the skill called? Profiteer, which gives them a chance to get a gold bar like every turn of the first 7 turns. Which unfortunately Rev is very stingy with its gold, so yeah, I kid you not, it's a merchant. It's literally called merchant. I'm not even making that up. It's literally just called merchant. Oh yeah, everyone likes Mozu in Conquest. Because she's the only archer you really get. She's really the only archer you can actually properly get. I guess feeding Lilith can get you some... It sometimes gives you a gold bar, which is nice. She's a lot better than most. Odin, I'm looking at you. Odin is... So what I'm trying to think is... Odin is actually kind of good in... Odin is good in Conquest, but I don't think he's good in Rev. Only real reason to use Odin in Rev is to get his daughter. If you can get his daughter, that is. Because I tried training up... Oh, hey, Creative. Yeah, Creative, we're doing the Berserker Sakura build. We're gonna do the Berserker Sakura build. I promise you guys I would be doing it one of these days. He's absolutely terrible in Rev. And it's not even because you get him at a low level. I mean, some people will say it's because you get him at a low level. It's because the way his build works, he just does not level what he needs to level. As you can see, Camaro really hates this idea of Berserker Sakura. As you can see, he just absolutely despises it. Yeah, I would say, honestly, like, as much as people will bash on Nyx, I think Nyx is actually probably better in Rev than Odin. Because she's more of a nuke mage. And you'd want something more like that for a unit in Rev. You want units that specialize in something. Odin tries to be like a bulky mage. Obsessed. My god, man. My god. Anytime I use anyone under the age of like 20, you're like, ah, you're lolicon. You get Nyx at a low level and she's so much better. Well, I think it's just because her stat distribution is just better for Rev. Dart had a 14.8% chance of dying that run. However, Elwood had a 83.5% chance of dying to the Nomad. Yeah, that is kind of funny how that worked. It was basically a mortal savant. Yeah, he kind of tries... Yeah, he kind of... Yeah, that's true. You can actually give Odin quite a few levels on his join chapter in Rev. It's like it's definitely possible to get him up to like level... You can get him up to level 20. It's just I can't say I would recommend it unless you just have no one better to train. She is hecking 17 years, 364 days, and 23 hours old. Yeah, I know, right? Mortal Savant? You mean Immortal Savant? Mortal Savants are very mortal. I don't know what you're talking about. Mortal Savants freaking suck, man. They freaking suck. So, pretty much, for those of you who've not played Rev, we decided... So, we played off the two countries. We chose to not side with either, and now they're both trying to hunt us down. And we're gonna go and jump into a abyss. We're just gonna go jump into an abyss. I kid you not. Look, watch. I'm not lying. We literally just decided to jump into an abyss. Because why not? Is this hard or Lunatic? This is Lunatic. Fate is Gaiden 3. If it was Gaiden 3, it'd actually have a good story. And terrible gameplay. So it is the very opposite of Gaiden. Are you ready to bear the weight of playing Fire Emblem Fates Revelation? I love Rev, man. Rev is basically screw this. Instead of picking a side, we just die. Yeah, pretty much. We're actually dead right now. You're just imagining this. This isn't actually real. This is where the Hectorcopter meme was born. Really? It was? I thought it was from his Armad's animation. Gaiden 2 is barely a plot. Isn't Gaiden 2 just Sacred Stones? Isn't Gaiden 2 just Sacred Stones? So yeah, we're in this weird land below. Yeah, we didn't actually die, surprisingly. We just ended up in this weird underground place. So this is a kind of weird map. I don't think it's a bad map, though. I think a lot of people bash on it, but it's actually a pretty well-designed map, all things considered. So I think a lot of people don't like Rev because its start is... It's very different. You don't have a Jagan. Well, you do. You do get a Jagan pretty soon. But he really sucks. You don't have a traditional squad of like calves and stuff. In fact, you don't get your first calf in Rev until like chapter 14. I'm not joking. It takes a long time to get your first calf. I do think it's one of the faults of Rev, is that you probably should get a calf a little bit earlier. It's a little weird that you can't get an earlier calf. Other side of Fire Emblem, yeah, I guess. So, yeah, you have 2 support units and 1 main unit. No Cain and Abel, no Jagan. Oh, hey, Adachi. I love that name. He's literally just Adachi. No Cain. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Rev does not have a Cain, no Abel, no Jagan. Although you do get a Jagan pretty soon. Don't like Rev because everyone who plays Fire Emblem are horse people. Yeah, and no horses early in the game. In fact, you get flyers before you get horses. If you pick Female Corn, you could get a Paladin. That is true. You can actually get a horse unit as male Corrin, but it's not a Paladin. It's not a frontline cav. Felicia can reclass into a strategist, which is very helpful, especially in a shortly upcoming chapter. The next golden ending is Corrin just dying in the world, fixing itself without the... Pretty much, if you want Paladin Jacob for the Superior Seth unit. Oh yeah, I know Paladin Jacob is a thing, but I'm just not going to use... I just don't use Jacob. Because I don't play as female Corrin, that's why. I know people will say that he's the reason to play as female Corrin, and that's probably true, to be honest. But, nah. I just realized I need to get her out of that spot. Can't wait for Fuga's Circus. I used to really hate that map, but now I'm starting to actually not find it that bad. Jacob? Jewish name. Yeah, Jacob is actually Jewish. You caught him. He's Jewish. So, the way this is supposed to work is that you use this little dragon transformation stone. It's a dragon stone. Corrin's pretty much a Manakete Lord. You want to use his dragon stone to sort of give yourself tanking ability. So I know my screen's pretty small, but pretty much you get +4 defense from the dragon stone when it's equipped. So he turns effectively into an armor knight. Felicia, base Latin name, prime breeding and servitude material. And yeah, that's the thing. Your lord is your Jaken, sort of. It's kind of interesting. I guess it's sort of like Sigurd. So Felicia she's a maid, which what that means if you haven't played Fates, she can use daggers, and she can which are used for debuffing enemies.
Yes.
And she also can use staves. So she's pretty much your early game healer. That's a pretty good level. Yeah, that's a pretty good level. I do notice that she falls off very hard in Rev. She might not fall off as hard in like Birthright and Conquest because enemies aren't as stacked in stats, but in Rev she definitely falls off very hard. Live to Serve, that is an S tier skill. Berserker Sakura Saga, yep, Berserker Sakura Saga. Remember the John Cena meme? The Rev Mengs' Rev Ironman run was peak. It was like unironically peak. Best memes, best game, just everything about it was peak. Like, we need a Rev season 2. We need Rev season 2. Like sometimes I just go and watch the highlight reel from the Rev Iron Man. It was that good. It was that good. It was that funny and just that enjoyable. Even watching it a second time. Are you starting from the start? I'm starting from Branch of Fate. I just don't really like starting from the very beginning. There's no real reason to, unless you just get out a really crappy Corrin.
We won't lose.
Kyra just being the contrarian today, man. Literally marine depths? No, false. This is so false.
No need to worry. Let me help.
And the thing is, the map is designed around... the map is definitely designed around your squad. Because these are very narrow passageways. These are very narrow passageways on purpose. You know, a lot of people will say like, oh, but like, you guys, you know, Corrin just does not level up that fast. The whole reason for that design choice is so that you train up your other guys. Like, the whole incentive is that you train up Felicia and Azura. Well, I guess you don't really need to give Azura experience, because she already gets experience by dancing. But the whole point is that you give... Rev, and I guess Fates in general, really incentivizes the player to actually use other units. Not to go and, you know, be conservative with EXP. It definitely encourages you to use other units. Even if you're not going to use them all the way through the game, it heavily incentivizes you to do it, because if you get over-leveled, your EXP gains drastically stop. Like, they go very... they have very low EXP gains once they get past a certain threshold. So there's no reason for you to actually just keep spamming it on Corrin. There's a diminishing return on just giving Corrin all the EXP. Like, even if you don't plan on using Felicia, which is understandable, the thing is, it just makes your life a little bit easier to train up your other units. Like, just do it. Even if only temporarily. Me soloing a map with Ryoma and Birthright. Yeah, I mean, Ryoma's a bit of a special case, but the thing is, he can't solo Rev. He can't, so maybe on, like, normal he can. But on Lunatic, I still think he's a really good unit in Rev. Like in Rev Lunatic. I still think Ryoma's a very solid unit. He's probably the best sword user in the game, besides Corrin. But, he's not soloing. Adachi moment? Yeah, Adachi moment. So units deal 0 damage to Fuga's units are hilarious. See, I do think that is one of Rev's few issues, is that those enemies are very overtuned. Now I've heard some make the argument that, oh, it's just because Oni savages are just incredibly bulky. I think they should be a little less bulky. Or your guys, like, for example, they actually lowered Hana's base strength. That is something I disagree with. I think it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. I have said that there are a few things in Rev that I don't agree with. And I think that is one of the things. It's just... It doesn't make sense. Like, it should be a good map for Hana, but it's not, because she just can't do damage at base. And even if she gets a couple of strength levels, she's still only doing like 2 damage times 2. Hana should have 0 base strength. The funny thing is, and I wonder, I'm curious, okay, so if you guys don't know what Hana's strength growth is, tell me, what do you think her strength growth is? Like, if you don't know what it is, tell me what you think it is. If you do know what it is, don't say it. I'm just genuinely curious to see what people think that her strength growth actually is. Like jokes aside, what do you think it actually is? Should be negative 90? 60%? That's actually pretty close. It's 65%. That was actually a pretty good guess. That's pretty close. The thing is, a lot of people think that it's probably like 20%, but it's actually very high. It's actually very high. 0. She can't get any XP. Yeah, no, it's a 65% strength growth. She actually is very likely to level strength. Theo level below 30%. No, it's actually pretty high. Use Leslie and get his son. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell Hayden? Who's gonna tell Hayden? Unless that was on purpose. Unless that was on purpose. I'm gonna try to give you the kill. Okay, there we go. Hana Amazon press.
Let me try.
Whoa.
So yeah, there's no reason to not train Felicia on this. There's literally 0 reason.
Yes.
And she's still pretty useful in the early game, especially if you reclass her. She's really good in her reclass of strategist. In Rev, she's really good as a strategist. For Fuga's Wild Ride, strategist is very nice because it means, unlike Hana, she actually does a lot of damage to the Oni savages. She one-rounds the Oni savages. She one-rounds them. She's like Corrin. She can one-round them as a strategist. She's very frail, but if you're smart, you can avoid that. You can avoid the fragility that she has, I guess. The same in a word, is it? Fragility? I'm gonna go heal you from a bit of a distance. Are you doing any extras like paralogs or castles? I don't think you can do online features at this point. I'm doing challenge battles, which are like the grind maps, but the reason I'm doing that is because Rev is very stingy with money. It's very stingy. So I'll tell you this. Between chapter 9 and 19, the game gives you literally 0 gold. Literally 0. It's not even like it gives you like a few hundred. No. You literally get 0 gold. 0. Nothing. You have to sell crap to just get by and promote your units. It is terrible. It's awful. I think that's Rev's biggest issue. Is just not giving you enough money. It doesn't divide money well. And the thing is, chapter 19 doesn't give you just 10,000 gold, it gives you 20,000. Why not just split 10,000 of that halfway through in like chapter 14? Harden does it for the money. Why are you not leveling strength? Okay, this is a really weird Corrin. This Corrin's defective. Does it for the money, that's really funny. He's not leveling strength at all. Yeah, he's got a really high base strength, but still. The silver weapons have to go. The problem is the game doesn't really hand you silver weapons. You have to buy them, and they're very expensive. Now, yeah, if I do randomly get a silver weapon, I'm definitely selling it. Silver weapons are definitely just free money, honestly. But the problem is the game doesn't really like giving you that free money. Lin Corrin? How does that even work? You can't support Lin with Corrin. Just remember that... Oh, you mean the way he's leveling. Yeah, I guess so. Just remember that Laszlo had a daughter. Yeah, he does have a daughter, but she looks so masculine, she might as well be a son. Will change his fate to become an axe needle. Well, let's just take this guy out. Are we going corn pantless run? I've never heard of a pantless run. I'm gonna be getting the kids that I can get. I'm not gonna go out my way to use units that I wouldn't normally use just to get a child. But the units that I am gonna use, I'll try to get their kids. At least some of them I'll try to get. It just kind of depends. Like, I'm probably gonna get Kana, just because I always end up having Core and Mary. I'm probably also gonna try to go for Valoria. Now, the last time I attempted a Rev run, I actually lost the run pretty much because of the Valoria paralog. That paralog is very, very scary on Lunatic. Pair Corn with Niles. Haha, very funny. Haha, very funny. To turn tomboys into feminine wives is the duty of... What? Oh, I get it. Yeah. Soleil must be... She's not a tomboy. She's not a tomboy. She's just brainwashed. She's... Yeah, no. She's defective. It's return to sender. Rinka is a tomboy.
Shall we?
Too bad she sucks. Hate that you can't get every child unit unless you marry specific units or this. Yeah, it is kind of weird how it works, but I guess that's just how the math works, honestly. You know. I did the Lunatic run as well. Was only able to get 2 kids, Kana and Hinata, and the... I don't really like Hisame. I'm probably not gonna get him. I don't know. I never really saw much about Hisame. I was like, he's the pickle guy. That's all I really know him for. Children are the best soldiers in Fire Emblem. You have to specify that. It's just like that the title of Meng's highlights where he's like, I killed my fiance in Fire Emblem. Like, he had to specify that in parentheses. It's so funny. I killed my fiance in Fire Emblem, that is. Defective for awakening genes, cleanser with superior fates genes. Oh, so now this guy says that fates is superior. He's done bashing fates. I did it for the support bonuses between the parents they carried. Yeah, I guess so. I don't really find the Fates children to really be that good, besides a very few select units. Like, maybe like Valoria, who's just better than her father. This doesn't even look like the place where pickles can grow, but that's just me. They can probably grow in Hoshido, because everything can grow in Hoshido. What? Wait, what? Azura got defense. My Dancer got defense, but my fighter can't get strength. Okay. Died twice because she was a green unit. Yeah, Bethany truly is the green unit of green units. Anything is superior to Awakening, even Engage. I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if I'd go that far. Nina is really powerful. She's... Oh yeah, I think Nina's a good unit. It's just her character's insufferable. I think Nina's solid as a unit, though. Probably one of the best well, not necessarily archers, but probably one of the best bow units you can get in Conquest. I also like her paralog. Armor Slayer, Meng's losing his wife to green unit. This is poetic. It's foreshadowing. My Kana had the merchant gold skill and her merchant mother Mozu. Yeah, I think Mozu's really the only one in Gen 1 you can really get merchant on. At least without like a bunch of weird reclasses and stuff. Fun fact, Azura's strength as a dancer is slightly higher than Ike's growth, and that is really weird. I think I've heard that before. That is really weird, though. Also, another thing I think people don't capitalize on, especially in Rev, with really tanky enemies, effective weapons are your friend. Use them. There is no penalty. The highest penalty you get for using effective weapons is just you do slightly less damage to not effective enemies. Like, that's not really that much of a penalty. Like, if you use silver weapons, the game just like keeps subtracting and stacks your decreasing stats. That's scary. Using an armor slayer against a non-armor enemy isn't really that bad. You just do slightly less damage than normal. There's just use them. They don't break. The game gives you so many effective weapons. Uses his friends? What? Oh, because I said use them, they're your friends. Dang, you caught me. You caught me. I used my friends. Gunther incoming hype. Yeah, worst Jigen in the series incoming hype. Really neglected Armor Knights and Fates and Wyverns. Too many hard-hitting units. You really do want a tank, especially in Rev. Like, you can get away without one in, like, Conquest. Well, you probably do still want some tanky unit or so. But, like, where you really want some tanky units, Rev, you really want some tanky units. You better get some tanks, because Rev enemies in late game hit really hard. They hit like trucks. You also want some res tanks. I know, you know, there's always that meme of, like, haha, mage killer. But see, res actually is kind of a good stat in this game. Res is actually kind of a good stat in this game. Best Jagen in the game coming up. Yeah, well, he's the only Jagen in the game. Unless you mean, like, the best Jagen in the series, which, yeah, he's definitely the best, in quotes. That way you don't get upgraded Gunther later on after that chapter. Rev Gang, absolutely Rev Gang. Okay. So far my Corn's leveling far worse than my other two units, which is kind of scary. Hopefully he snaps out of that. But I'm not sure. We'll see. Let's see. The Jagen of... He's got, like, stats comparable with FE1 Jagen. In a game where those stats just don't cut it. Res, good stat. Fates Landia values estrogen. What? Wow. That is a very dead calf. 72 damage.
Sorry.
Will you do Wyvern Lord Gunther? Probably not. I think he's just kind of a waste of a seal, honestly. Because I only use him up to Chapter 9. After that, he's on the perma bench. So, and the thing is, Rev is very tight on money, so if anything, if I can avoid needing to use a seal, I probably would, because I just don't really use him after a certain point. And that certain point is Chapter 9. So it's kind of a waste of 2,000 gold to do that, in my opinion. Sure, he's helpful as a Wyvern Lord. I won't lie, it is probably better than Great Knight. But it's just, you really need to save all the money you can get. They really went all anime with that Dragon Fang crit animation. Yeah, they definitely did, didn't they?
Huh?
Alright, here's our Jagen.
Of course.
Our really crappy Jagen. So yeah, I know that the stats are very hard to see, but he has 24 HP, 10 strength, 0 magic, 15 skill, 8 speed, 9 luck, 10 defense, and 4 res. He's not that good. He's not that good. Use Gunther. He's reliable and loyal like Orson from FE8. Oh yeah, he's just as reliable as Orson from FE8. Yeah. Gunther Gaming. Yeah. He's not really gaming much. Already budget went into Dragon Core and butt windows on female. It's not the armors, it's the calves. Or is it the calves or the paladins? I can't remember which one. It's not the female armors. Are you using Citra or... No, this is actually on a 3DS capture card. This is actually on a 3DS capture card. Because if this was on Citra, the animations would be really, like, laggy. Like, you see, like, whenever Mangs plays on, like when he's playing Awakening, right? When certain animations are very, like, janky looking because the Citra just can't load the animations properly at fast enough speeds unless you have, like, a really strong PC. You tried training Azura's Lance rank to see for Hinoka's Guard Lance to go to Azura? I've actually never heard of that idea. I guess you could do that. I mean, like, she participates in, like, a lot of dual strikes, especially in the early game. So I guess we could try. I mean, it's It's no priority of mine, but I guess it's not actually a bad idea. It's a smart idea. Lance rank sounds impossible. Not she does a lot of dual striking, it's not. Use Citra, first time animations tend to lag. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so that's the thing. If I saw someone whose animations were not lagging on 3DS Fire Emblem game, I would immediately think that they either have a very powerful PC, or, more likely than not, they're playing it on capture card. I mean, like, all females wore clothes, like their armor is not the class. Okay, yeah, that's kind of true, isn't it? That is kind of true. So, it seems counterintuitive, but we're actually going to train up Gunter. So Gunter actually does have some pretty good skills. He has Forceful Partner, which means if he's supporting Corrin specifically, he grants plus 15 hit and plus 3 extra damage. In the early game, that's really good. Shelter, which is pretty much like a reverse. It's like a rescue from the GBA games. And then Elbow Room, which just does extra damage outside of terrain, really. Yeah, Rev does kind of, at times, feel a bit turtly, which I can see why some people might not like it. Yeah, I mean, some people might just not have the patience for it, which is fair. But Azura is very frail and not that dodgy, in my opinion. She can easily get one-shot by things if she doesn't level HP, and that's very likely. We'll hack the game to gay marry Gunter? What? 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 Why? Why would I do that? I don't like Gunter at all. Be back in an hour? Okay. That's fine. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. Gunter deserves a wife? He actually is a widower. Gunter is a widower. He's, I think Garen killed his wife or something like that. A dancer being frail? It can't be. True, but dancers usually are pretty dodgy. Azura, I don't find to be that dodgy. Which is actually really bad. It's a very offensive unit, but just as frail as Lyn. It's really weird, and I kind of wish they invested more. I guess the idea is that so that she can be a good mother, but
Listen to your elder.
I don't like gays. Wait, okay. I'm just kind of curious how you get that leap of logic from me saying that I don't want to marry Gunter. Training Gunter is giga gay? I mean, yeah, it kind of. Okay, fine, you got me. That actually is pretty. Yeah, no, that's kind of true, isn't it? But I mean, you kind of need all the help you can get on Chapter 9. You kind of need all the help you can get on Chapter 9.
Stand firm. You're lucky I'm here.
At the very least, he can take hits better than most of your guys, and do more damage than most of them, at this point in the game. He falls off very hard, very fast. But at the very least, at this point in the game, he's still probably one of your best damaging units, besides Corrin. You don't get a good damaging unit. You don't get a good damaging unit until Takumi, Oboro, and Hinata in Chapter 11, I believe. And that's still quite a while off. I guess you do get Hayato in Chapter 10, but I guess also if you train up Mozu. But you don't want me to train up Mozu, so you know what? Yeah, you gotta pick your poison. This is what Final Fates does, making everyone literally favor straight or gender favorites. Oh hey, I'm back. Hi, welcome back. In full color? I thought you already were in full color. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna train Gunter. Even though he's not that good. What about your other early game, Jake and Reyna? You know, I never really use her except on the boat map. She's probably better than Jagan. Not Jagan. Gunter. Yeah, she's probably better than Gunter. She's a flyer. She actually can double things. She's got a bow. She's a flying bow user. That's already pretty good. It's just I don't really use her.
Age and guile.
Not good, not good, or not good. I mean, I think she's pretty alright. She's definitely a few tiers above Gunter. Gunter's just dumb. That Ninja has more HP than Gunter. What is this blasphemy? Yeah, I don't really get why they made Gunter as weirdly frail as they did. That doesn't really make much sense. It's really weird. 24 HP, Fate's moment. Oh yeah, absolutely. Fates has very low HP on most all your units. Only really armors and I guess fighters slash berserkers actually level their HP pretty consistently. So yeah, that's the thing that you're gonna have to get used to in Fates. Is your guys just don't have a unit. What am I? I don't even know what accent that would even be. They just don't have HP. So yeah, no one's really that. No one can really juggernaut in this game because, except for like Benny, who's really good in Rev, because he's like your Oswin. He's like your Oswin.
I'm here to help.
If there's any consolation for Gunter, he is at least reasonable parabot. Yeah, he's a good parabot. There's no denying that. He's still a really good parabot, even once he falls off. If you don't have anyone better to field, you might as well field him just to go pair up. Because he gets like +4 strength and +2 defense. That's way better than most of your units. Benny oh yeah, Benny's great. Benny's a traditional armor. Everyone got AIDS, which doesn't let them have HP. Hexing rods are AIDS injections. True. True. Gunter gives you crit. Yeah. +4 strength this early in the game is really good. This part of the game always makes me worried for just like a very bad miss or something. Like, just missing something could really screw you over. If you want a scuff run, watch Excelblum as a Fates playthrough. He's very great with Kitsune. I do not like the Kitsune. I'm sure there's a way you can make them actually good, but like, I think it's just their stone just sucks.
I'm with you.
By contrast, the Wolfskin are actually pretty good. The Wolfskin are pretty solid. So yeah, Gunter's kind of weird in that he's a pre-promote that levels at the same rate as a normal unit. It's kind of weird.
Not a chance.
So he actually levels kind of fast. But his growths suck. I've never really seen this guy get anything besides like HP and defense. Like, his growths are really bad. I think they're in like the 10s, 20%. Are we doing Wyvern Gunter? No. No, we're not. I just think it's a waste of seals. And this game gives you very little money, so I'm just saying, if we can conserve seals, we're going to conserve seals. I might still end up reclassing Felicia because she just makes that much of a difference. Whereas Gunter, I don't find making that much of a difference as a flyer. Sure, he gets Lunge. Lunge is really good. But I'm only using him for like one chapter, so it's not that good. I just want to know what they were thinking on designing female fighters' outfits. Yeah, they do look really corny. But 24 HP, kind of just bad. That's one robe away from your dancer. In perspective, FE7, you get 2 robes to get up to Marcus base HP with Ninian. Yeah, honestly, the thing is, as much as I bash on Engage, at least their Jagan is good. I've heard people say that Vander is literally just Gunter, but with actual HP. And that's kind of true. And the thing is, it's funny because that's all I needed. If you just gave Gunter more, like, if you just gave him an Angelic Robe, I think Vander has like 40 HP or something ridiculous. Xander does not fall off. He doesn't. Xander is like one of the best units in the game. He's more consistent than Ryoma, because he's just very tanky. You don't need that. Everyone here is a parabot. Gunter doesn't need to fight, especially Rev. He doesn't need to fight, but like, who else is really gonna benefit at this point in the game? Like, eventually Felicia is also just not gonna get much experience. In fact, I think Felicia just falls off anyway. Felicia falls off. She takes longer to fall off, but I bench Vander after chapter 5. Vander doesn't have shelter. I guess, but just the fact that he can be a meat shield is already good enough for me. Just the fact that he's a meat shield is great. Like, this guy can take a Rider's Bane to the face and still survive. Unmaddening. It's half the levels you miss rounded down. I don't know what you mean by that. Vander functions until chapter 12. I don't know. I mean, different people can make him function different ways, but as far as I know. Yeah, I don't really like rings, so honestly, I think the parrot might be better.
You'll be all right.
But I will say that I think Vander has a much better start. Vander has a much better start because he can actually be a meat shield. Like, what kind of Great Knight can't take a hit? You know, like what the, it's literally a general and a paladin crossed together, and you're telling me that he can't tank? Like, really, man? This is kind of bad, actually. This is kind of bad. Wish we can get another game with Parrot, man. Fire Emblem's showing it really needs it, and it just hasn't gotten it still. Can we kill? Of course not. This isn't... I don't think the archer's supposed to get pulled. I think being on the fort kind of pulled it. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to kill this guy. If it hits. Hope, please hit. Okay, good. If it missed, I don't know what I would have done.
I go way back.
I'm old. Okay. So yeah, these two will not kill because he's just got too much HP. And let's get you guys out of here. It's kind of dangerous for you right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Just get over here and you'll be fine. That can't tank. I answered your question. All REV maps are a bad dream? So false. So false. I missed Rescue from Radiant Dawn map? What do you mean? Like you can't rescue? Or you missed the rescue staff? Say there are no fog maps in Fates. This map... There's like multiple Fog of Wars in Fates. In Rev, specifically. I didn't get that chest. I should probably get that chest before we get out of here. Oh, let's go. Because they died in... Yeah, I guess they technically are dead, aren't they? Or at least it's what we like to meme on. Ah, man, I hate archers. Hate early game range units. I just hate them. I missed good FE's last one was FE5. Kaga fanboy spotted. There's an internal level of 5, which is why you earn the XP even when promoted. Jacob, Felicia, and unpromoted units have 0. Camilla has 15. Yeah, Camilla grows very slowly, doesn't she? Wait a sec. Did I... Okay, I need to try to kill... Oh, jeez. Okay, maybe there's something I can do here. How much would she do? 9 minus... These archers have very high defense. Will you survive? I think you will, but it's gonna be tight. Or does he just die? I pulled these guys incorrectly. I pulled these guys incorrectly, I know that. I believe the archer moves first, isn't it? Or does the ninja moves first were good. If the archer moves first were not good. But if the ninja moves first, then we can just go and then we can, because he doubles me. All right, I think this should be fine. Oh, we might not be good.
We've got this.
It really depends. I do live one hit, I'm fairly certain. Oh jeez, that's scary.
Are you okay?
Oh man, I love pair-ups. Send in Felicia. I should have. Will you survive? Yeah, I just realized that right when I said that. I was like, wait, that's the Black Knight thing, isn't it? That's the Black Knight line. Please hit.
Here I am.
Don't do that. Okay, there we go. Because sometimes when they jump back, they miss. Different animations mean different things. There's some animations that guarantee that you hit, and there's other ones that mean that you might miss. I think this guy can kill Azura straight up. Yeah, that's stupid. Ninjas should not be able to one-shot Azura at base. They should not be able to do that. That's dumb. Gunter good, they said, yeah. They said, and we're lying. He wouldn't have survived if he hadn't leveled it. He almost always levels it. He has like a really high growth in HP and defense, and that's it. Who said Gunter was good? If you've ever known a guy on Meng's stream called Oof, he will defend Gunter left and right. Like I do not understand his. I don't get his simping for Gunter. I do not get it. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know it's someone like that. Yeah, he also likes Barth, except at least Barth makes sense. He likes Barth too, but like at least I get the Barth thing. I at least get Barth. Barth is a tanky unit in a game where enemies do a lot of damage. Sure, I get that. He doesn't even have high HP. Wait, he doesn't? Wow, that sucks. As a parrot bot, that's all he is. He's just a good parrot bot. That's really mostly all he. Nice dodge, Felicia. Nice dodge. That was cool of you to do. Can we get a kill here? I would love a kill. You made a good point on Barth. You made a good point on Barth, but Barth is actually a guy that you can kind of defend. Like, you can defend Barth. Barth actually has some good points to him. But there's no real good points to Rev Gunter. Like, it's really hard to argue for. It's really hard to argue for Rev Gunter. It genuinely is. Besides being a parrot bot, you know, he doesn't have anything going for him. Rev Barth challenge. Rev Barth challenges to use Gunter. Problem with Barth is his growths aren't a multiple of 5. Oh yeah, aren't his growths really weird? Aren't his growths pretty weird? The res challenge? I don't think Gunter even has a res growth, or if it does, it's like a 2% chance or something like that. Wait, I guess that is the Barth challenge, isn't it? I guess that's literally the point of the Barth challenge. If you didn't change one of the dancers in the FE6PMU to a meme unit, really, Bartha? Yeah, that was his creation, wasn't it? That was his creation. If there's one thing you should know about Oof, it's he loves his armors. He loves his armors. Bartha Peaks. Yeah, I should probably give Korn at least some EXP here. He's only on level 10. Although we do want our skill, so... I'll try to give Korn a kill pretty soon. So he can get to level 11. No diss on the guy, since surely he is very good. Oh yeah, I think most of his, like... He's the sort of guy that, like, he'll say something like, well, what kind of crack are you on? And then he actually makes a pretty good point. I'm like, you know what? I never thought about that. That's actually a pretty good idea. Except Rev Gunter. I will never really get... He's... Like, okay, I admit that he's not as bad as I initially thought, but I still think he's pretty garbage. I still think Rev Gunter is still pretty crap. Like, I remember everyone was trashing on Tsubaki, and then he was actually making a pretty good point for Tsubaki that I didn't know myself. And he didn't make a point. He's kind of like a wyvern, but it's actually pretty good. Wow, ninja double 0 damage. Yeah, ninjas don't do a lot of damage, but they double like everything. Okay, he finally got strength. Good. He got strength. Very nice. Skill and defense. Oh, he got skill. I guess he got skill, guys. And we learned Luna. The name of my... That was the name of my cat. We had to put her down yesterday. she was really sick. But there wasn't much we could do. No one would like Corrin's unused Dragon 2 ranges attack animation. He has... Wait, really? They had 2 range attack animations? I didn't know that. Yeah, the thing is that I'm most... Like, I kind of saw that coming, admittedly. But what I'm most mad about is the fact that we never got to actually bury her. Like, that's what I'm most mad about, is that we never actually got to bury her. Alright, let's see here. I think I'll do this. I think we'll get Gunter like level 6 or something. Hey, Wyvern King, how's it going, man? You gonna be okay, man? Okay, yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I've had her for, what, nearly 14 years? She was nearly 14 years old. We're not speaking in Latin though. Speed and luck, okay. This run doing well? Yeah, so far it's doing pretty well. I actually had a pretty scary moment earlier where Gunter nearly died, but fortunately we had a pair-up gauge, so he didn't actually die. I pulled the enemy the wrong way, and I had to fight 3 units instead of 2. Nearly died to that, but fortunately, we pulled through. Azura leveling more strength than my Corrin does. That's kind of sad. That's pretty sad, man. But, they really increased the EXP for the pre-promote units, but not for Corrin. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. I mean, pre-promote units do level pretty slowly. You're Quatra? Oh, I get it, like cat. Oh, I get it. Because it's pronounced the same way. What do you pair up? In Awakening, it's luck. In Awakening, it's just RNG. In Fates, I'm gonna try to show you how this works. So, okay, you got Corrin, right? So see this little meter over, up at the top where it says support and a little dash? And it has like those empty slots there. There's like, what, 10 of them? So the thing is about that is it'll fill up to blue. After every hit, it fills up a little bit, and when it's completely full and all of them are occupied by blue, that means you pretty much get a free shield. You will always, upon taking that, like, the enemy can try to crit you to oblivion, but if you have that shield up, the attack just gets null. It just becomes null. So that's where you want to go and like if you're fighting like against a berserker or something that's really scary, just put them up with the shield gauge, and that berserker can't kill them or even do damage to them. It's great. Fates made it a lot more consistent, and where you can actually make a strategy around it. Fates took a lot of Awakening's mechanics and actually made them actually pretty systematic and just actually logical, and I really like that strategy. Yeah, but in regards to that with my cat, she you know. It's hard when you've had something for 14 years, especially like the day that they're gone, because like you always see like some little, because she would, when she was sick, you know, the last few days, she would always be like in the curtains because she didn't feel well, and so I would just see like a lump in the curtain and think, oh, that's her, and then just think, oh, never mind, she's not there. or see her still somewhat full food bowl, and just think there's no one that's gonna eat it though. You know. So it's just, but like, the thing that's sort of helping me is that there's a tomcat that hangs around here. He often shows up around evening time, and after dinner I went and I saw him there, so I decided I was gonna go, go out. I've never actually went out to try to pet him, but I decided today, I'm gonna try to do that to sort of, fill the void. And
We've got trouble.
He's a little bit hesitant, but he was it's hard to display emotion through text. Yeah, I get it. It's just that, yeah, it's been tough, but I do feel better after that because sort of the, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I thought they would need to nerf the female character sprites because yeah, they went even harder with the Nora Princess one. Yeah, thanks, Wyvern King. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I had her since I was like 10 years old, so I pretty much grew up with her. So, sad to see. Lost my dog a few years ago, so I can know how you feel. Hold strong, it'll get better. Yeah, I remember it was sort of like this when my sister lost her cat. I didn't choose out that cat, but it's still a difficult time. But about a year later, we adopted the Luna. We adopted her. That's not good, Gunter. Don't do that. Don't do that, Gunter. That's bad. Don't do that. Share your remote with your loved ones. Yeah, like you don't realize it until it's too late, or at least I didn't. You take it for granted. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay, there we go. Thank God he could double. I was about to say that would have been really bad.
You have my support. You're too slow.
I won't surrender.
Like, it hits you harder than you ever thought it would.
I did it right.
Age reveal 24. Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I got her like a few months before I turned 11. Yeah. She was like the runt of her litter. She was very small, 2 months old, but she was very small. Despite even in spite of her being 2 months old, she was still very, very small. We suspect she was the runt of her litter. She was very small, but a little bit aggressive, probably to make up for her size. In fact, the first time I met her, actually, she just clawed me in my chest. She just clawed me in my chest. That was the first thing she did. I pick her up, and then she just goes, "I'm gonna claw you in the chest." I was saying it ironically. I guess I just didn't really get it. I don't know. You know what? Let's try to do this. I know this is kind of weird. Sounds like a cat. Yeah, especially a more wild one. But it's like the tomcat that I was petting earlier. He definitely was like he was definitely he was definitely friendly. But like the thing is, he's a big cat. He's not like my cat, because even when she was an adult, she was still fairly small. I mean, yeah, tomcats are bigger than female cats, but like, he's just a big guy in general. But the thing is, like, you could tell he was still a little bit nervous, still a little cautious. But when he'd rub against me, you could still tell though he was sort of like waving his paws kind of wildly. Like he was still I think it's just how tomcats are. They're just a bit more wild in how they play. And so, I think it's just his playfulness is just a bit more wild, without really intending for it. Reminds me of my friend's snake pet. Kind of snake he's supposed to like to live to like age 8, end up living to age 17? Wow. That's crazy. Twice the lifespan. Over twice the lifespan. Over twice. Yeah, that's crazy. Meth head cat? What? What? Meth head cat. Okay. That's kind of weird, man, but... Alright. He fed it to goldfish? He fed his pet snake to a goldfish? Oh, you mean he fed... Oh, sorry, I misread that. I don't know why I misread that like that. He fed it goldfish. For some reason I read it as he fed it to goldfish. I'm like, how does you feed a snake to goldfish? Got it from a shady trailer park for some guy that did a bunch of meth, so the cat was permanently geeked up. Same cat ended up... You know, I don't even think necessarily the... Cats are really weird in regards to that. I once saw a male teenage kitten trying to go and do things to his little sister. Yeah, cats don't have the same ideas about incest that we do. It was really weird. We need to do catnip. We need to go catnip. Catnip is literally... It really is. We've seen how they act. I mean, some don't react the same way. Some don't really care about it, but others just... You know... They were totally for it, yeah. Well, yeah, though I think even that cat now, that the one that was doing weird things was this little sibling, I think even he's, yeah, backtracking time, pretty much. I think even he's either dead now, or he's in poor physical condition. He's like, last time we saw him, he was just like drooling everywhere, which I don't think is normal for a cat. I don't think a cat is supposed to be drooling. But for a cat that's lived his entire lifetime without an owner and out in the wild, he's what, like 7 or 8 years old, which is actually pretty old for a cat that's well, I mean, technically, Chimera, you could just go from here up through here, and you could just do that. Well, the thing is, you miss out on all these chests. And honestly, I think this way is easier than this way. So I prefer to do this. Like, you can just complete it fairly quickly, but the chests are pretty worth it. So I would recommend going for the chests. Catnip works on lions and leopards, really? I don't know that. I thought it'd just be the house cats that it works on. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, this definitely isn't amazing, but it gives you multiple paths to work with. Excuse bad designs. I mean, you have 2 ways of going about the map. They probably don't expect the player to get all the items anyway in the first time. You know that catnip, when broken down, like how it is, I guess it just causes the same chemicals to be released that are in meth. Well, that explains why they're so crazy for it. That explains why they're so crazy for it, doesn't it? It just smells like tea. Like I go and, like, if you ever smelled catnip, it just smells like tea. Like, they're just eating tea leaves, or at least what smells like tea leaves. Alright, can this guy crit Gunter? I think he can, which is actually pretty bad. If he crits Gunter, Gunter's dead. I would not want catnip tea. I mean, I wouldn't either, because I'm not a cat. Sounds unappealing. Probably most of the things cats eat is unappealing. And then you got some cats that like eating things that they're not supposed to. Like, my cat would try to eat steel wool. I don't know why she would, but if she got access to it, she would try to eat it. No idea why. No idea why steel wool of all things, but... He can crit Corin. I don't... Never mind, I'm critting you. Get out of here. I don't like how these guys can crit you. That's stupid. They shouldn't be able to crit you. That's dumb. Way back in my days, cat ate fish and birds. I mean, they still do, usually in the wild. Get lucky. I think it's stupid, though. You should not have to do... Well, okay. I guess I do have a luck bane. I do have a luck bane. That's probably it. That's true. I do have a luck bane, so I guess that makes sense. Raven Arena experience. That's true. That is true. Anyone owns a crab as a pet? I've never heard of anyone owning a crab as a pet. Facing crit from everything, yeah. Facing crit from everything, yep. Sir Gunter in there. Look, man, you can only blame yourself. That is very true. I can only blame myself for that one, yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Camaro on his way to tell me I should have went for this skill bane now.
Let's go. We're not done yet. For the fire of youth.
Oh, that's like one of his rarest quotes. Should have done a skill or res bane, now you're gonna die to a crit. Well, if I did a res bane, I'd get killed by some random mage. What part of the US are you talking about that is in question? Can you consider the US civilized? I mean, mountain communities on Peru are way more civilized. I mean, I don't get what you mean by civilized, though. We almost lost Gunter, the most reliable unit in our army. I won't even say he's our most reliable unit. Our most reliable unit is Corrin. What's the ideal Boon and Bane build for Corrin? Well, I mean, it depends on what class you want to make him. Like, the ideal build for, like, a frickin' Swordmaster is going to be different from the ideal build for, like, a general or something, you know? So it depends what you're trying to make. Depends what you want to make. It's the mage, she's the most reliable. I mean, she's got the most versatility. I would say she's got the most versatility. She's a healer that can heal herself. She can debuff enemies. She gives some good buffs to Corrin. Yeah, I think she's the most versatile. But I wouldn't say out of just like a reliable frontline unit. I would not say she's a good frontline unit. She's not a good frontline unit. She's a good supporting unit. She's a really good supporting unit. The greatest index of civilization. What you feed cats with. Oh yeah, so that's the index. Okay. You know, yeah, I guess we're probably pretty bad in that regard. So we just feed our cats weird stuff. Just need to reclass her. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Felicia reclass is really good. Reclass Felicia is amazing. She's really good reclassed. If you can get Felicia reclassed, it's really good. The boss is bad design because you can create Corrin with no luck bane. He's a weird boss. It's a pretty easy way to. There's a pretty easy way to go and deal with him though, albeit a cheap way, but it still technically works. You just stole this guy. That's literally all you do. It's so stupid, but whatever. I'm trying to get Gunter to level. I guess it doesn't really matter, is it? Sloppy. Weird way he says that. That's base design. He would say that, wouldn't he? He would say that. He would say that. He would 100% say that.
We need each other.
But why are you attacking? I don't need my dancer to be getting experience. Who are you marrying? I'm gonna marry Sakura for the funny Berserker build. She's gonna have the Berserker build. It's gonna be hilarious.
I live to serve. Need a hand.
That's why you don't go and do that until you... There's a reason you don't attack directly until he's weak enough to get one shot. That's what you're supposed to do.
Reminds me of the old days. Watch out!
I'll show you something that you... Well, Gunter, can you please freaking just hit? Stupid old man. You leveled skill once, but it didn't do anything for you. For nix. So you could go like Mage Corn or something?
Remain focused.
Let me pull who to marry, Sakura or Mengs? I can't marry Fuga. I can't marry Fuga. I swear, guys, I'm only... You keep saying that. You keep saying that. It doesn't change anything, man. Dragonstone. The Dragonstone's not the best way to kill a boss. I just want... Okay, once Gunter gets to his next level, I'll show you what I mean. Wow, she's not getting the greatest of levels, is she? I just want him to get his level up, and then I'll try to actually kill him.
We will not fail. Too slow.
I want to recruit every unit as possible. Yeah, I don't really think the child units in this game are really worth it. Besides a very few of them. Dragonstone can't double. It doesn't. You also just can't double with, You just can't double with, dual strikes if you're the one, joining in. But you don't die with it, and that's what matters. What do you mean? You don't die with... You don't die with... I don't get what you mean. Heart seals are grooming. Are they? I mean, Heart Seal is just like their personal class. Like their second personal class. Unless you mean like switch the lance with swords. That's true, he could... Yeah, that's true. I could do that. I'll just give him the Armor Slayer or something. Just bugging out. I guess it's just bugging out for you. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't get it.
Have my support. Watch out.
Come on, Gunter, just get that little bit of XP. Jeez, man. Yeah, but who teaches the other character to be that class?
To your elbow.
I mean... I guess you could make that argument. How disappointing. That's literally always level ups. Old man training arc? Sort of. Sort of is. Hey, Hyperkira. So yeah, now I'll show you what I mean. I will show you what I mean. Gunter solo? I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's even feasible. I don't even think a Ryomo solo is possible. So that should go to... So, okay, here's what I mean. So, this is the strategy I like. Gunter came in Proc Luna, bad unit. Yeah, true. And the thing is, if you can get a crit with the killer weapon, remember in Fates, killer weapons crit for 4 times damage, not 3. So, they're very strong. I think that's why they give you a killing edge, honestly. So yeah, realistically what you're probably supposed to do is just keep trying to crit.
We've got this.
Because he will crit. Yeah, it does 4 times... It does 4 times damage in Fates. If killing... normal crits don't do 4 times damage, they do 3 times. But killer weapons do 4 times upon critting. Literally grinds on an old man to level and denies his grandpa loving tendencies. What the heck, man? You're making up fake news, man. This is fake news. I wish you would actually crit though. That would be kind of nice if you actually crit. He's not proccing that 29%. It's a 29%! And you just miss an 89% as well. Nice going, Corin. Thanks. Really appreciate it, man. We're on turn 51. 52 now. Because this guy just cannot crit. Gilf stream? Oh god. Finally! Jeez. Now you need to do it one more time. Astra plus crit sounds broken in Fates. I mean, Astra is half damage, but yeah, Astra's definitely better in Fates than it is in most games. Because it doesn't use up weapon, you know, it doesn't use up weapons, so it's not a big deal. We want to equip the Yato, I believe, so that we don't have a higher chance of critting. Oh, we could still crit, of course. I don't really want this to go to Felicia, but if it happens, it happens, I guess. Can we kill him from here? Oh yeah, we can! Let's go. Calling a friend 6% because... yeah, I think you may have spent a little too much time on 4chan. He got magic? Okay. Alright then, Corin. I see how it is. See how it is. Nerd. What are we gonna do the next chapter? I see you to still be his friend. Alright, so yeah, pretty much we just leave this underground area. I don't know how we do that. Oh, right, now we leave, because this random lady...
Leave now.
This random lady, who is not related to any of our units at all, tells us to leave, so... I'll just get out of here. Okay. Yeah, Felicia is almost certain to be an easy ass support in Rev. Are you a furry if your Corn marries a furry? Yes. Yes, you are.
What's that?
Rice? That's good.
All right.
Let's see here. What do we want? I'm thinking a... Let's get a Dusk Armory. Yeah, let's get that. Do you really try to say Lamau in Japanese? I don't know how I feel about that. Especially if you reclass Khan into a furry. Can Khan even reclass into a furry? Is it even possible? Nah, I need this food. For later. You literally don't have any supports with Gunter. Gunter is literally unsupportable. Hope it's gonna be good. Birthright is by far the easiest one of the three. And most people don't really like it that much, but it's not that bad. It's just people want to hate on Birthright. Spamming WW is too advanced for me? How? It's literally just spamming a character. It's just spamming one letter on the keyboard. It's not that hard. Although I don't get how... I don't really get why they use W of all characters for laughing. It's really weird. Oh, I've already been here. Like the Chinese use H, so it's like ha ha ha, but it's like because they can't do ha ha, I guess. Here Conquest is good gameplay. Some people will definitely say Conquest is some of the best gameplay in the series, and it is pretty good. It is pretty good, yeah. I think Fate's engine in general has really solid gameplay. Like too Japanese, still not worthy. It comes from Wada. Who laughs like that? Wait till you find out what Brazilians use for laughing. Oh yeah, I know. It's literally just KKK. It's just literally just KKK. I was in a class where we had this one girl from Portugal. And she's saying Portuguese people just laugh with just typing K. That's how I know it. What I mean laugh. So like it means to laugh. Because I think some languages just use whatever laughing sounds like. like what the actual sound of laughter, and they try to go and make it into they try to like spell it. Let's go to the Dusk Armory. Let's give him a hand axe. I'm also gonna buy a bronze axe for later. Dated this Brazilian chick who used to text me KKK. Let her know about what it meant here. No, she knew what it meant. She knew what it meant. She knew exactly what she was saying. Portuguese speakers just love wearing those, just like wearing towels on their heads. Not towels, robes. They're just like wearing cloth on their head. He said KKK. Maybe she did. I also do plan on reclassing Corn at some point. Where do you get the heart seal? I think you get your first heart seal on I think you get your first heart seal on chapter 8 or something like that. I could be wrong. So yeah, I think we'll do the next map. Yeah, I think we'll do the next map. I planned on doing the Mozu paralogue after that, but I don't think we'll have the time for it today, so we'll do Chapter 8. Unless Chapter 8 is really fast or something. I don't know, maybe it will be. We'll see. We'll see. But I doubt I'll have enough time. Since REV maps get really long later on, I might have to go and change my streaming time to go and do longer streams, so like the afternoon or something. Because, like, yeah, right now, since the maps are pretty short, I can do quite a few maps per stream, but when they get longer, it'll be a little bit harder to do. So, let's see here. Got these two pegs right here. I like to have Gunter take care of them. And that's about it. Let's go and do this. Welcome to the Hoshiden arc. Okay, so this... Yeah, the opening moves are a little tricky here, but from what I understand, what works best and most consistently is going over here with Felicia. Or maybe going over here. Going here, Zura. There we go. Now they're not in range of this guy. Now, I don't like this guy. Yeah, I really don't. 2% crit, wow. Although I don't face crit with the Dragonstone, I might as well just use the Dragonstone. Not a good one. I think with the Fates, not giving you any new units at the end of the second map is definitely... Yeah, I mean, you start out kind of low on units. But the maps are kind of designed around it. The maps are very much so designed around that. Probably should have used the bronze axe here. Would have been a smart idea.
You're too slow.
Oh yeah, you're really not doing much damage here. This is my second map, Fighter Bros. Nobody cares about Fighter Bros. You get Mozu. That's true, you could get Mozu before this map. You could. But, in my case, I don't. Oh yeah, we can just go kill with this. Okay, that works. Should've just used the Steel Lance to begin with. Gotta get that Lance rank up on Azura, you know? Can we get the kill here? Nearly. Fun fact that some of you may not know, Dragonstone does magic damage. It doesn't do physical damage, it does magic damage. It doesn't look like it would do magic damage, but it does. So, yeah, I don't know how many of you guys knew that, but it does magic, not not physical damage. Just gonna go try to kill this guy.
I'm with you. We're not done yet.
Every other dragon gets true damage. Why can't we? You mean like the Luna effect? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Well, to be fair, if you got it, it'd be kind of broken. Didn't know that. To be fair, I only know 2 things about Fates. Both of them have to do with Camilla. Yeah, I think that's something that everyone knows about Fates. Because magic is everything. I mean, it's very much not everything, but I get that you're trying to quote. Let's see. So these guys are pretty scary. They're very scary. In fact, if Corin crits here, he's actually no. We don't need a crit. We can just use a vulnerary. We'll be fine, even if he crits. Might as well. I know 2 big things about Camilla. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Now name a 3rd one. Oh wow, that was actually a really smart play. Actually, no, he wouldn't have needed to heal. If he stayed in Felicia's range, he would have been fine. He didn't need to actually heal. Still, though, I guess better than safe than sorry. It's not like the game doesn't give you enough vulneraries or something.
Paying attention?
Her wyvern? Or what do you mean? Oh, her wyvern, yeah, I guess so. I guess that is true. She does have a wyvern. Fine, you win. I did ask for a 3rd thing about her, and you did list a 3rd thing about her. So I guess props to you for doing that. I didn't specify what it had to be, so I guess you're technically correct. Now let's do this. This is really the hardest part of the map right here. Then maybe the boss. The boss is kind of tricky. Her butt is that's 4. I don't think that's usually what people memorize about her, though. I don't really think that's what people know her for. I mean, some people maybe. Rejecting his name? What do you mean? What do you mean he's not rejecting Rez? He's not rejecting Rez. That's actually pretty good.
Okay, let's go.
Didn't know femboys were dead. Give him a moment. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you meant literally having to do with Rez. And like, I don't see what this has to do with Rez, unless the fact that. I mean, it's not like he's saying that he likes wyverns. I mean, wyverns don't have Rez. Does she have lots of Rez or something? Camilla's a bit of a weird class. She's a thing called a Malignite, which is like a wyvern that can use magic. It's like a wyvern that, instead of using lances, it uses axes and magic. Personally, I don't think it's that great on her. Or at least in Rev, she's not... Like, she's really good when you get her, but I think that her growths just kind of suck. I don't know where her growths actually are, but I, like, almost always just find her to fall off in late game Rev. I think she can also fall off in Conquest, but it's a lot easier for her to fall off in Rev. Because enemy stat scale is much higher in Rev. Let's see, 22... Quest to Wyvern Lord, get rally defense. Yeah, that is a nice thing for that. And I also just think it's just better offensively. And probably defensively as well. You do lose out on your res, but you do gain defense, I believe. But yeah, rally defense is very nice. Rally defense is very nice. Oh, look at that. She's nearly level 10. Camilla's growth went somewhere, certainly. Yeah, just in one area of her body. She's not leveling magic, is she? This woman is not leveling magic. I know she's got 13 magic, but still. I mean, yeah, even if she reclassed right now, she'd be fine for at least the next map. That is a lot of damage that you're taking here. Thankfully, you don't face crit. That would have been pretty bad. Okay, we can handle this. Rez Moa. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him that's not a woman? Who's gonna tell him that Rez is a man? Who's gonna tell him that? Who's gonna tell him? Plus speed, defense, strength, minus skill on your guys' end. I don't know why on earth it did this. I don't know. It just said that it went offline and then just immediately reconnected. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a problem on my end. It's not. It's probably gonna show up some way for you guys. I can't tell because chat's not moving. So I don't. Brief pause. Okay, yeah, I guess it. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what caused that. I didn't drop any frames or anything. The OBS was just like, okay, I'm just disconnected. Now I'm gonna reconnect it. I don't know what that was. That was really weird. Yeah, I would imagine so. It was only for a brief moment. What do we want to do? Maybe Gunter kill? I don't know. Or maybe we could instead do Corin kill. I don't think we really want to level up Gunter anymore. There's not really any reason to. I do like the Great Knight animations and stuff like that. What are your pre-promo getting doubled on Chapter 2? That's what I'm saying about Gunter. He sucks. Gunter sucks, man. I'm trying to tell you. He's really crap. Felicia kill, get her to level 5. She's like level 10. She's like level 10. She's not level 5. See? She's level 10. I know it's a little hard to read the small screen. I can't think of a good way to make a layout for this. That, I don't know. With the Fates dual screen thing, I'm not sure how I would make a good layout for that. I know the bottom screen is too small, but... Strength. Wow, I don't think you've missed a point of strength so far. I do not think. Reclass her immediately. The thing is, she falls off anyway, but as long as I reclass her before Chapter 9, I think it's fine. Honestly, I think it's fine as long as, since you were so determined to S-rank Sakura, are you gonna apply Lord status to her like you did to Dart? That's a good question. Probably, at least until she marries Corin. Maybe I might do that until she marries Corin. I don't know about the whole run, but probably at least until she marries Corin. Although the big thing I gotta hope for is that my Sakura actually levels some strength. The current Sakura in my my run that hasn't actually ended, I'm on like chapter 18 or something. She never leveled strength, although I wasn't trying to use Berserker in that one. I'm trying to make her a Bolt Naginata Falcon Knight. It's actually a really good build. It's a really freaking good build for Sakura. Because the thing is, its magic growth is like 60%, and she uses staves as well, so that's really good. It's a really good class for her. Falcon Knight Sakura is a really good class. It's a really good build. Not the most complex build in the world, but it definitely works pretty well. I hate this healer. This healer should die in a hole. Just one of your best units in Rev period. No cap, no bull. Her inspiration use. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, the problem is combat-wise, she falls off pretty hard, even as a whatchamacallit, a strategist. She's really strong early on as a strategist. She's really strong early on, but she really falls off. Target the healer. The red cross makes a good red target. You're so correct, but I need to get rid of this guy before he goes and kills off Sakura or something. Sakura. I don't even have Sakura yet. Yeah, before he kills a unit I don't even have yet.
Allow me to join you.
Alright, now let's take care of this ninja. Dart moment? Yeah, dart moment. Dart moment indeed. Oh yeah, this ninja has like some really weird AI where he just doesn't actually attack. It's really strange. Yeah, I'm just gonna give Cord most of the experience on this map. I know it's not really that efficient, but I do think you should have gotten someone on this map, not right, because you do get some units after this map, like right after this map, but you don't get units for this map, which is kind of weird. And honestly, your guys are starting to get kind of over leveled by now. So yeah, I will say that this map really should have given you someone. Even if it's just one new unit. I guess you could get Mozu before this map. And you could train her here. You could certainly do that. But, there's not, like, anyone specific to this map that you get, before doing it. Because notice, not a single one of my guys is below, he's really below level 9. I know you're looking at, well, Gunter's level 6. Yeah, he's more like level 15. Hey, Crimson Twill, how's it going, man? He's more like level 15 or something like that. I don't remember exactly how it works. He has like 9 internal levels or something like that. So, you actually add that up. Sometimes after losing some maps, I would turn off animations to make it go way faster. Oh yeah, yeah, I can see that. It's not like Fate's engine is slow though. It's not that Fate's engine is slow by any means. War crimes. Who's ready for some war crimes? Let's kill the healer.
You'll be all right. I won't surrender.
Okay, gotta go crit the healer.
Whoa.
Of course, I figured you'd be ready for war crimes. Alright. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, this archer's pretty scary. It's like a truck. Geneva suggestion moment. Yeah. Absolutely. I won't surrender. Yeah. Okay, buddy. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. Well, we know he's not French. Well, like, you don't get to surrender. Yeah. Yeah, you don't get to surrender. I'm just gonna go crit you. But credit where credit is due. Being able to hit away hats is peak gameplay. Oh yeah, it's true. The taking off enemies' clothes is really funny. Although it is a little bit... It's a very Fates thing to do. We can go strip our opponent's armor. Yeah, no other game besides Fates would do that. But, it is funny. It is still funny, though. Killing it times 4 modifier is peak, because now I can do 0 times 4 damage instead of 0 times 3. I mean, it's pretty rare that you'll be doing 0 times something, unless you're fighting like a general or something. Fate's generals are scary, man. Especially Rev generals. Late game Rev generals, they're terrifying, man. Like, you see like a general like FE7 or 8, you just start laughing. You see a general in Rev, you're terrified, man. Like, that thing is gonna hit like a truck. Our dog would have... What the heck is our... What the heck is our dog? Oh, Awakening. This is it as well, but should have kept it. Generals are scary. Yeah, no, generals in Rev are very scary. I can't wait to show you guys Rev generals. They're terrifying. They don't double you, but like they hit like trucks, and they're hard to kill. I mean, yeah, you get effective weapons, but like here's the thing: you use like hammers, and sure, you double with a hammer, you kill the guy, right? But this guy's hitting you back with like a. He's hitting you back with like a silver axe. It hits you for like 30 damage. Like they pack a heavy punch. Your best bet against them probably is magic attacks. Playable generals are meant to be scary, not enemy generals. What is going on here? Our generals are basically underground bunkers. Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah. You do not screw with Rev generals. You know, you just do. Same with Great Knights. Great Knights might be the scariest enemy in the game, honestly. Them or Berserkers. Like you do not mess with those guys. Second Thunder has hit the general. Yeah, you probably do need 2 Thunders because I think they actually have kind of good res in this game. Killer Lance. They also can get at level 5, generals can get the skill Wary Fighter, which means that they cannot get doubled. It's a really good skill, but it's a very scary skill to be on an enemy. Wary Fighter, my beloved. Well, it'll be Wary Fighter but hated when the enemies are using it. Alright, that joke 9 out of 11. That joke was the bomb. Oh boy. Okay, we can go pull with hand axe. Yeah, so 1-2 ranged weapons in this game kind of suck. Well, hand axes and javelins, your traditional 1-2 ranged weapons, kind of suck in Fates. And it's for good reason. So hand axes, they're weak to follow-ups. They also give you -5 attack speed. They cannot crit. They cannot trigger offensive skills, and of course, they cannot follow up. So they can't double. They can't crit, and they can't get like procs. Goodbye. I changed the world. My phone. Oh, that's kind of dark, man. Don't die. But yeah, so hand axes and javelins pretty much have that. So yeah, they do sound pretty garbage, but they do still have a niche, and that's to go and pull these guys because they're just annoying. Although admittedly archers are much better at dealing with them, but still. They do still have 2 range. Yeah, and here's the thing. Because of how dual strikes work, there's still instances where that is actually useful. Like, and here's the thing. That also applies to the enemy. So, stop to consider that it's actually pretty balanced. Because here's the thing. Because they can't crit, this means that there are some enemy berserkers later in the game they'll be holding hand axes, and you can actually bait them into using a hand axe so they can't crit you. See? So it's actually pretty well balanced. Like, it's a kind of crappy weapon, but for good reason. There's good reason for it, you know? It's not just because, haha, bad weapon. There is a benefit to it. There is a purpose for it being kind of bad, but not terrible. But the thing is though, you can get 1-2 range that does double. Making Berserkers a joke sounds good. But see, here's the thing. Berserkers are not a joke in Fates. Berserkers are actually pretty scary, and they're pretty good if you're using them. That's the thing. I love Fates' balancing. You make things like Berserkers, Swordmasters, Spearmasters, which are pretty much just halberdiers. They're all really scary to fight. For different reasons. But the thing is, there's weapons that make them kind of balanced. Like, the thing is, like, you remember, like, FE6 Berserkers with hand axes? That was freaking stupid. that was so stupid. Things like FE6 Berserkers with hand axes was the stupidest thing ever. Because they can crit you with a hand axe. You can't counter them at all, except with, like, a longbow. And so I love the fact that FaZe did this. They said, okay, his Berserkers can hit you for a truckload of damage, but they can't crit you if they're using a hand axe. I love that. It gives you a viable option to counter them with. It means that at 2 range, Berserkers will still hit hard, but they won't be absolute demons at 2 range, because they're just not that good. But here's the thing, there are still weapons in FaZe that can have 1-2 range and can double. But those are magic weapons, like Levin Sword, Bolt Axe, Bolt Naginata, Shining Bow, those sorts of things. Tomahawk. Tomahawk doesn't... No, Tomahawk is just like a better hand axe. So it has more strength, but it's only... I think it's locked to 2 range. The Tomahawk and the Spear are locked to 2 range, I believe. It was kind of bad. Berserkers are Omega Chads, and they took their crit away from them. I'm guessing you're being sarcastic, because I generally think FaZe's balance is by far the best. Berserkers and Swordmasters kind of throw strategy out the window, because they count for a 20% or higher crit, usually. That's what makes them scary. Like, you see an enemy Berserker or Swordmaster, it's scary, man. You don't want to deal with that. I think that they should be like that, though. They're, you know... Like, would it be a Berserker if they weren't scary? Like, just the name sounds kind of scary, you know? The guy's going berserk. Like, they should be kind of scary. Berserkers and some, they're supposed to be scary. They shouldn't be broken, though. And that's what FaZe does. They say, they're scary, but they're not broken. Not being sarcastic, but I wasn't talking about balance. Now, I like the balance that FaZe went for. I think it's actually really good. I think it's really well made. I personally do. You're gonna be, like, you say that now, but, like, if you play this, and then you see, like, a Berserker with a hand axe, that would kill you otherwise, that would have, like, a 40% chance of critting you. Believe me, you're gonna be happy to see that hand axe not being able to crit you. How many hours of Fates have you guys played? Mine's probably, like, thousands. I probably have, like, thousands of hours into Fates. Kind of unrelated, but I saw a video earlier today of a Capsat Kala only able to do 4 damage to the final boss. The Regal Blade. Shocked by how bad she actually is. I'm not. I knew she sucks. I knew she sucked. There's no secret to me. She sucked. Berserker is goated true. Yeah, Berserkers are goated, man. The only games that they're not is like Engage. Common Engage L, by the way. And I guess Shadow Dragon, because Warrior is just a bit better. Yeah, when they take away the crit of the Berserker, Berserker just becomes a worse warrior, really. I raged way too hard because of counter in this game. That's why you gotta check skills in this game. You gotta check skills in this game because they will... Now, that's more of a conquest thing, though. That's more of a conquest thing, Wyvern King. Conquest loves its skills. Rev doesn't really like its skills. Rev does not do much with skills. A lot of enemies in Rev do not really have counter. Or stuff like that. Counter snipers, that's a very conquesty thing to do. That's a very conquest thing to do. Rev doesn't have those counter snipers. It doesn't. There might be like 1 or 2 in the very, very late game, but I don't think it does. I've never gotten all the way through Lunatic Rev, but I've gotten all the way up to like chapter 20 on Rev. I have not once seen a Lunatic. I have not once seen a counter sniper. I've never seen them. There's really gimmicky skills, you don't usually see them. The gimmickiest skill you're gonna see on enemies in Rev is gonna be like lunge on wyverns and stuff like that. Although, be forewarned, on challenge maps, it's anything's fair game. You can have lunge soldiers. You can have like anything. Which one's supposed to be the hard version? Conquest? Yeah, Conquest is supposed to be the hard version. So the thing is after playing Rev so much, you find that Conquest enemies are not really that scary, but they usually have some weird trick to them, like having weird skills and stuff like counter. counter archers and stuff like that. Rev doesn't have that. Rev is just a lot more just really soupy, scary enemies. And you'll see that later on. As enemies start to scale more, you'll see that they get very scary stat-wise. But they're never impossible to deal with. There's always a way to deal with them. There's pretty much always a way to deal with them. Which is why I like Rev. Which difficulty should I start with for Fates? So the thing is, Fates I would say has a pretty high learning curve. Because dual strikes and stuff, pair up dual strikes. Which means that I would say probably start with Birthright. That's what I first started with several years ago. It's the more simple version. I've heard people say it plays more like a GBA Fire Emblem game. Like, it plays more like FE7 or 8. Although it's still not an enemy phase game, so don't think you can just hand axe javelin your way to victory. It still requires a lot more thought than like FE6. Well, no, it's about probably the same as like FE6. Like a somewhat easier FE6. I played Conquest. I hate counter so much. My solution was to use Xander with that skill that gave me strength for killing. Yeah, if you can one-shot, sure. The thing is, though, you don't have to, like, counter... It's scary, but the thing is, as long as you attack from range, they can't do anything to you. Or if you just one-shot them, then, the killing attack doesn't get countered. If it kills, it doesn't get countered, which is why you gotta be very careful with it. We gotta do it! This guy's gonna get 1984'd. He's gonna get 1984'd by a Dragonstone. Should I do Birthright on Hard or Lunatic? No, everything is unlocked as far as I remember. I think Hard is pretty alright. I've tried playing Lunatic, but it is... The enemy placement feels really tricky, actually. I don't know, like, a lot of people say that Birthright Lunatic is easy. I find that enemy placement is very, very tough to deal with. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just have a skill issue, but... Personally, I think that, Lunatic Birthright has, like, some really tricky enemy placement. Just be forewarned, though, Birthright has a lot of, like, fast, like, I guess, fast, not durable, weak-ish units. So, you're kind of shy of tanks in that game. You don't really get many tanks. The problem I ran into was a ton of enemies and counter-attacking on enemy phase. Yeah, that's the thing. Conquest likes its skill gimmicks. That's not everyone's cup of tea. Which is why I could see why you might have issues with it, because it loves its skills. Like I said, Conquest loves its skills. But the thing is, in exchange for the skill madness, enemies' like actual strength is not that high. Enemies don't really hit that hard in Conquest, but they do have weird gimmicks to them. Just be sure to sleep with your half-sister. Oh god. Those torturing players. It wants to keep them on their toes. I noticed it's like something that every Fates game does. It has its own way of keeping a player on his toes. Oh, you got inspired. Okay, that'll let me double, that's good. Milo is a half-sister, right? So... They're more of steps. Oh god, they're step siblings. I just realized that they're step siblings. Oh god. Yeah, pretty much everyone's your step sibling. Yeah, that doesn't make things any better. Sakura. They kind of all are though, because you're not blood related to either side. You're not actually blood related to either. Now, Azura is your blood cousin. Azura is actually blood related to you. Azura is actually your cousin. She's not like she's not your step sibling or whatever. Step Corin? It doesn't even say like whether their brother or sister. I guess because yeah, they can be either male or female. I'm stuck on my wyvern. That's actually pretty fun. Nora's step siblings and Hoshida's half siblings. Are they? You're adopted into the Hoshidan family. Now now here's the thing with the Hoshidans, your actual biological mother marries into them, but the Norians you're not related to at all. You just kind of get kidnapped one day. So breeding Azura is actually incest. Yeah. So people that have Azura as their waifu, yeah, they're kind of actually having some Alabama moments. Don't worry, it's legal in like 30 US states. Yeah. Wait, really? 30? Banjo music's. What was that? I swear I've seen that one meme from her where it was like, jazz music starts playing, or no, jazz music stops, banjo music starts playing. I love that one. Ironically, Alabama is not one of those states. That is actually very ironic, considering it's always associated with it. Fact check time. Ryoma's dad marries your mom. His second wife after Hinoka is born. So Sakura is legit your half sibling and the others aren't. Wait, really? Is that true? Where so she actually is. Oh, that doesn't make sense. No, it's not. No, that's not true. Because they say in like a support, they're like when they get married, they're like, actually, there's a letter from Makoto that says that we're not actually related. Because I always assumed that. I think what they mean is that Makoto marries Sumeragi after all their children are born. I think that's what actually happens. That's for Ryoma and Hinoka. No, I think they all have the same mother. The four siblings all have the same mother, but she died afterwards. And then he remarried Mikoto. We have to find a woman to let you marry children and siblings by making it less morally questionable. Yeah, it's confusing, but they specifically try to dismiss the fact that you're actually siblings, which means that the only way that would be possible is why can you not double arches? This is the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, archers actually have pretty good bases in Fates. Archers are no slouches. Like, you don't screw with archers in this game. They're actually pretty scary. I don't remember anything about Fate's story. I do remember jiggle physics, though. We can try to go for our crit, I suppose. This archer's always really tricky to take out. Because he's just in this really weird angle. But Felicia does not get one shot, and that's my only concern. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
It's over.
Alright. Kill Lance. Put that away. I fact-checked myself. It's perfectly legal to marry your first cousin in 19 US states. Wow. So you can marry Noah, your step-siblings' kids, but this is where the line was drawn on Anna and most of the cast. I mean, do you really want someone to be able to marry a 12-year-old? I think she's actually confirmed to be like 12 and engaged. Do you really want that? Would you really want that, to be honest? Like, because it's actually confirmed. I think someone says it or something in the game, so they kind of force themselves to have to make it. Engage a rare W, very rare engaged W, very rare engaged W.
Yes.
That was a really good level. Let's go, Felicia. Isn't Anna the merchant? She's 12. Yeah, and Engage, they did something weird where they just like de-aged her back to being like 12. I don't know why they did that, Actually, I think I do, unfortunately. It's not for innocent reasons. I wish it were, but it's probably not. Yeah, she's a child in Engage. I have no idea. I don't get why they did that. She's a thief, not a merchant. No. That's Yunaka. Yunaka is the one that's a thief. Actually, she starts as a fighter. That's a weird thing. Anna starts as a fighter. It's really weird. I think you're mixing her up with Awakening, where in Awakening, she's a trickster, which is like a promoted thief. I think you're mixing her up with that. Kind of ironic the merchant is a thief class. It's really ironic. Wait, you can't marry Yunaka? I thought you could. Then you meet Anna when she's stealing from bandits. She's hiding from them, I think. Is she stealing from them? I don't know. Maybe she is stealing from them, I'm not sure. Oh, it's been a while. Oh yeah, Orochi's kind of a joke. So, these are two characters that are going to join us in a few chapters, Saizo and Orochi. But for now, we gotta fight them. You can't in the... Why not? She's an adult. She also hides in... Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure you can S-rank most characters in Engage. I mean, technically you can S-rank Anna, but it's not actually a marriage. You have like 7 people you can marry in the English version. Is it because of the weird wording they use? That's really stupid. I don't know why they do that in Engage. Turn 1. I have a way of doing that. Yeah, Orochi is hard to deal with, but it is definitely doable without having a lot of luck.
You'll be all right. You won't stop me.
Well, that's a very dead Orochi. Don't worry though, she comes back later. She's also like level 5, so she gives you no experience. Is this gonna be a Saizo run? I don't think so. I've never actually used Saizo in Rev. Saizo's not that good in Rev. He's probably the worst ninja in Rev. It's gonna be her in like 5 to 10 chapters through. Careful with those 2 assets and the other guy. Well, the boss is actually pretty scary.
Ready for this? Need a hand?
See, he's a little bit harder to kill, but he's still not that hard to kill.
All right.
I won't surrender.
So much for being hard to kill.
Still not good enough.
Oh, like the armor shattering when you hit them is actually a really cool effect. Not like them becoming naked or something, just shattering like their little eyepiece or something. It just looks really cool. She can actually do damage, so definitely a step up from Orochi. Well, the reason why she couldn't do damage to Felicia was because her res is very high. Felicia is a mage killer. That's what she is. She's a mage killer and a healer. Also, ninjas are typically mage killers. Kaze is probably the best example of that, and we get him right after this, I believe. We're about to get him. You can make the enemies naked. That's very funny. Yeah. You need raider weapons in order to do that. And we might get some soon. I don't know when we will, but... Are you only 13 speed? That's a problem, isn't it? We want to double this guy. Ideally, we want to double this guy. But I don't think we can. Okay, so we get 17 speed. That's good. We still need another 2 speed. If Azura dances, she has res, yeah. Pretty sure it's because she's in a maid outfit. I mean, that is partially true. But there's non-maid outfit characters that can do it. By a random chance at home base. Yeah, it's a random weapon, but you're gonna kill that librarian. Yeah, we're gonna kill the nerd. We have to. We have to kill the nerd. Fun fact: this guy's only in Birthright. You can't get him in Rev. But then again, I don't think anyone really cares about Yukimura. He's just there. He's just some nerd. Like, who cares, man? Double crit, no balls. I'm trying, but.
Shall we?
What? Wow, nice going, Corin. Nice going, Bozo. Jacob is. Yeah, I know you like feminine men, but. Actually, he's not feminine at all. He's not like Lucius is like very like the only thing feminine about Jacob is that he's got like a ponytail. That's it. Jacob is not feminine at all. Dull miss, yeah. Gotta love Fate's RNG. Fate's is weird RNG. Stuff of Legends, yep. Oh, she got her level up. I wasn't even paying attention. It's the long hair for me. I guess so, but like it's not even like people actually think. Like the thing is, people often do fall for the mistake of Lucius being a woman. No one ever thinks that Jacob is a woman though. Like no one looks at Jacob and think, yeah, that's a woman. No one ever thinks that. What happened with Forrest? His dad is Leo. Forrest is he kind of got dropped on the head as a baby. That's what happened to him. That's my headcanon. He got dropped on the head as a baby. My headcanon is exactly that. He gets his looks from his mom. I don't even know all of the mothers that you can have, but Forrest is the femboy child, right? Yeah, he is. From what I understand, he's not even that good of a unit. The child that's on HRT.
I make my own fate.
That is a kill. 36 damage. Let's go. Oh, that's a really good level. Strength, speed, defense, and well, yeah, you guys love your res, but strength, speed, and defense is good for me. Get wrecked, nerd. Yeah, go back to your books. Go back to your books. God bless. 4 times multipliers on killer weapons. I know, right? That makes berserkers even scarier if you think about it. Give a killer extra berserker. They do scare. Like the funny thing is, my Sakura. The one time I actually tried it, the one time I actually tried the berserker build, she actually didn't level strength that much until I actually reclassed her into a fighter. And so her strength was okay. It wasn't amazing. It was definitely decent though. But the funniest part about it was the fact that the funniest part was that she didn't do a lot of damage to the enemies with the killer axe, but she would always have like 50% crit. And because she would do like maybe 12 damage or something, which doesn't sound that good. But when you have 50% crit, which does 4 times damage, you have a 50% chance to do 4 times damage. You have a 50% chance to do like 50 damage in one hit. So even if your strength kind of sucks, 4 times multiplier is very powerful. Fine, I'll show this cutscene, I guess.
Big brother?
Whenever your siblings join you, they have a little cutscene.
Thank you for letting me join you. I, missed you. I hope I can help.
Cool, now hold my axe. Is Sakura Rev only? She's playable on Rev and in Birthright. She's playable in Rev and Birthright. You got rubies.
What?
Raider. Okay, there's a raider weapon. See? Remember I was talking about raider weapons. No wonder I don't remember that ginger. Hold my axe. That's a new pickup line. Hold my axe. The funny thing is, I didn't even say hold my axe. I said, great, now here, hold this axe. I guess it does sort of sound like hold my axe. Yeah, I guess it was kind of like that. So yeah, her bases are 4 strength, 8 magic, 7 skill, 11 speed, 12 luck, 7 defense, and 9 res. So she's sort of like your traditional just soul healer sort of unit in the early game. But unlike most typical early healers in a game, she actually has decent defense. I mean, it's not great defense, but she can take getting hit once or twice. 4 strength berserker. Her strength goes actually pretty alright, but when she reclasses, it's like 50%. So her strength goes about as good as like Hector and FE7. 4 strength berserker gonna go wild. You forget that she can use bolt axes. You forget that she can also use bolt axes. If she's really strength screwed, she can use bolt axes. Although, admittedly, she probably doesn't want to be a berserker because bolt axes can't crit. So, 7-9 defense res is pretty good for a healer. I mean, healers usually do have pretty good res, but having decent-ish defense... Because, think about it. Usually, healers have, like, 2 defense, or something, like, just laughably terrible. So having actually kind of average defense is kind of nice. Kaze Tsubaki Hana. Yeah, Kaze's really good in Rev. I think Rev is Kaze's best route. You get him really early when you really... because Rev has really bulky enemies, so being able to get Poison Strike... He gets Poison Strike in 2 levels, which sort of like... It does extra damage. It sort of sets up damage. So Kaze's really good in Rev. His daughter is also really good for being able to get you money. His daughter is Midori. She's the one that becomes the merchant. So, you also want to use Kaze because he gets you Midori. But even after giving you Midori... He's just a really good unit in Rev, because Rev has some scary mages, and Kaze is like the best mage kill in the game. Hayden, this is probably your favorite unit in the game. Because he gets so much res, his entire purpose is just to kill mages. He levels res like a madman. I've almost never seen any unit in Fire Emblem level as much res as he does. He has a really, his base res is 12. At level 8, that's very high. Felicia has 16, and she's level 11. Just for comparison. Poison Strike is busted. I partially stopped playing 3 Houses Maddening because I was facing Poison Strike archers in Chapter 2. Yeah, and the thing is, in Rev, because enemies are so bulky, that Poison Strike is going to be useful for a long time. Especially the next map. Especially in Chapter 9, where enemies have a lot of bulk on them. Kaze is a godsend there. He doesn't do a lot of damage on that map, but he can always stack it. So here's the thing about Poison Strike. Even if you do 0 damage, you still get Poison Strike damage. What's this Boon Bane system? So the Boon and Bane I chose was Strength Boon and Luck Bane. There's actually a better version of Poison Strike later in the game. It's actually really scary on enemies. It's called Savage Blow. They do like 20% of your full HP per any combat that they face. Even if it's not initiated, it doesn't matter. Poison Strike is only initiated, and it only does a certain amount of damage, I think. Boon Bane lets you buff, nerf, base stats. Yeah, that's true. I chose a Luck Bane and a Strength Boon. So, even though our Corrin hasn't been leveling much strength, he's still pretty strong because he just leveled strength, you know? Because he's a fighter. Wait, we still don't have a Heart Seal? Going for a Strength or Speed? Yeah, it's a good idea. Should I get a Res Bane? You probably shouldn't. I know that Hayden's kind of... Well, he's gonna meme because he's a Res best stat, but it's probably not a good idea because Corrin's Res is already kind of bad. And there's some scary mage enemies in this game. You really don't want to take more damage from them than you already do. Now, I can make the argument you probably don't want a Res Boon.
Yes.
You probably don't want a Res Boon. But, which one is Res Dull? That's magic. I don't remember what Res... I don't remember which one is Res. Dull is for magic. It's a magic bane. Let's see here. What are we gonna do? Maybe... Maybe a Dawn Armory? I don't know. Wait, is it the mess hall? So is the Magic Bane better? I would say so, unless you plan on using things like Levin Sword or Bolt Axe or something like that. Because you're usually not going to get much out of those. Are you going to use the filthy Hoshidan weapons? So then here's the thing. Hoshidan weapons and Norian weapons specialize in different things. So Hoshidan weapons are a lot more of things like weapon effectiveness or Reaver weapons. Reaver weapons are in Fates. Axe Splitter, not Axe Splitter, like things like the dual weapons, like dual Naginata, dual Katana. There's even things like dual Yumis, like a Reaver bow. It's really cool. I think people underestimate them. They're really good, especially on like specialist classes like Sniper. So yeah, don't ever write them off. What boon bane you use is going to depend on... Yeah, exactly. Strength Corn, I guess. I don't know. It sounds good for a first time. You can't really go wrong with Strength or Speed on the first time, unless you're trying to go for, like, a Mage. I mean, Speed's good on a Mage, of course, but... Sure, I don't use those weird weapons. We only use axes, swords, lances around here. You'll regret that. You're going to regret that. I mean, you can do it. I'm telling you can't, but you'll regret that.
Welcome. Thanks for...
First speed scoping. I can see that. Buy fruit knife? Nah, it's not really that good. Because it's really weak. Gold Star Xander, you won't? You're right, I won't. You're right, I'm not going to do that. I'm probably just going to keep him a Paladin. I might request him to hero for Soul. Soul's just a good skill. Soul's a very solid skill. That's another great thing about having a fighter class, is that you can easily reclass from a Berserker to a hero, or just promote directly into a hero, and then reclass back to a Berserker once you get Soul. Horse classes in non-GBA games? No thanks. Kid named Three Houses. or I guess like Path of Radiance. Well, we don't have time to do the Mozu Paralog, so I think on Wednesday we'll do that. We'll also probably do Fuga's funny ride. Because, yeah. We just don't have the time. 3 houses after making half the classes max their tier class. Yeah, I wish they made more, I wish they made more infantry final classes. Like, there should be like a halberdier class or something. Never played 3 houses. Mounts are definitely king in that game. Mounts are definitely king in 3 houses. Although I think flyers are even better than horses in 3 houses. Because horses, for some weird reason, in 3 houses, they decide to give you a speed penalty. I have no idea why, but they do. Flyers don't. 3 houses needs an out. Well, there are fortress knights, which are pretty much generals, because you get a soldier in Dimitri's unique class. That's True. That's actually true. Yeah. But you get soldier. Oh, yeah, it's true. You do get earlier classes that are mounted. The Japanese will pay for this. Yeah. Dimitri's unique class is pretty cool. At least looks cool. Well, anyway, I think we made some good progress. I mean, hey, we got no deaths. We got through, let's see, we got through, like, the early game of Rev. So, next stream, we're going to be doing, I think we're doing a challenge map. We're going to be doing a paralogue, and we're going to be doing Chapter 9. Which is Fuka's Fun Ride. It's everyone's favorite map. Great Lord is Hector's promo ride. Because that's what Dimitri's... Yeah, but a lot of... They reuse that name a lot in Fire Emblem, but they're completely different classes. Because Dimitri's isn't counted as armor. Dimitri's Great Lord class is not counted as armor. Dimitri is not an armor. That's the thing. But in any case, I think I'll end it off here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. So yeah. See you guys with more Rev Ironman on Wednesday.